Well, there's a Masters of the Universe movie coming. When, in June? I think its release date is in June. You guys can correct me in the live chat if you will. And listen, there was nobody more skeptical and pessimistic about it than me.
Box office doesn't have an exact date outside of 26.
Yeah, I think it's June. Anyway. But then something weird happened. We were at CinemaCon, and they gave us this big presentation on it, and they showed us a bunch of stuff that they still haven't made public, that they still have not made public. And like Rob and I, both of our reactions was, what? Does this actually
And then the Who played.
Yeah. Does this actually look good? And it's not just me. Like, this actually looked good, right? And we were like, oh my God, this. And then we started going, well, should we be all that surprised? It is Travis Knight. Travis Knight, who made the best Transformers movie with the Bumblebee film, which Paramount totally dropped the ball on and not having him do a follow-up sequel. And of course, he did the magnificent Kubo and the Two Strings. And his dad ran Nike. But he's a terrific director. I thought, well, maybe we shouldn't be so, but this actually looked good. And then we saw some production pictures that looked utterly ridiculous. I'm not talking about what we saw at CinemaCon. I mean, we saw, Prince Adam hanging out in a mall in the big puffy pink shirt. And we all thought, well, this looks crazy. But then I said the other day, I mentioned, we didn't do a topic about it. I just mentioned it offhand when we were talking about something else. That I know somebody who has seen an early cut of the film. Who did not have much enthusiasm for this movie and said to me, John, it's amazing. And he was stunned. Like, he was totally shocked, totally surprised. But he said, it's really good. It's amazing. So I kind of mentioned that offhand. Now, this happens sometimes where I don't even make a topic out of it. I don't make a video out of it. I just say something offhand here or there. And then things like this happen where other outlets will take it and run headlines based on something that I said in the show. Master of the Universe first reaction revealed, test screening reportedly takes place. And they kind of quote that we said that in the show. Well, they are right that a test screening was taking place last night. There were two. One was on the East Coast, and one was they mentioned in the article in California. Well, it wasn't just in California. I can tell you the exact theater it was in. It was in, I'll just tell you the city. It was in Irvine. It was where they did a test screening of it last night. And I knew it was in Irvine because I had one of our viewers tell me last week that they were going to that screening. That was last night. And last night and today, I heard from two more people. One was at the one on the East Coast. One was at the one in California. The one in California said, your source who saw the movie was absolutely right. This felt to me like it had the spirit of that first Thor movie, which are magic words to me because I think the first Kenneth Branagh directed Thor film is the second most underrated and underappreciated comic book film of all time. Only behind My Boy Henry and Man of Steel. I think that first Thor movie is magnificent. I love it.
It also, the first Thor movie does a wonderful job of establishing a tone, going from Asgard to Earth. So that's the thing that made me excited when you told me that this morning, the idea that you make Masters of the Universe going between Earth and Eternia, and it has that feel that's really encouraging.
Because I think all of us going into that first Thor movie was, we don't want it on Earth. We want to see Asgard. Yeah. And yet Kenneth Branagh found a way to make the two work together so perfectly.
Yeah.
So then I heard from somebody who saw another screening of it, and their comment to me was simply this. This is Travis Knight's best film. Didn't say it's the greatest film of all time. I'm not even sure how much this person likes Kubo and the Two Strings or Bumblebee. Maybe they don't like those two movies at all. So saying this is his best film may not be saying much. So I've now heard from three people who have seen this movie in different stages of completion. One said it's amazing. One said it's got that spirit of that first Thor movie. And one said this is Travis Knight's best film. Now, let me give this huge disclaimer. These are not 3,000 people. These are 3 people.
with the
Okay.
mighty strength of 3,000.
With the strength of 3,000, I'm like, I mean, listen, you can take any movie,
Yeah.
no matter how bad it is,
Yeah.
you can find 3 people who like it. You can find any movie, no matter how great it is, and you can find 3 people who don't. It's just 3 people. That's it. So let's not make too much of a mountain out of this when it is definitively a molehill. That being said, I still find it encouraging that every one of the people I've talked to so far are saying this looks great. And looks, I'm like a lot of people, I'm pessimistic about it too, because guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's ZAPIER.com/Campea. Well, let's be honest, Rob, in many ways on the surface, this movie looks ridiculous. But we did like the stuff we saw at CinemaCon.
Those set pieces looked amazing.
Yeah, and it is Travis Knight who has not let us down yet.
Yeah.
And maybe we shouldn't be all that surprised about hearing good things kind of it. But again, it's just 3 people. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Maybe it's ass. But I'd rather hear from 3 people that it's great than hear from the first 3 people all saying, this ain't it. Like, so it's still encouraging to me. Anyway, Rob, what's your takeaway from this? What do you think about it?
For me, knowing that, I mean, they tried to make this movie forever. You know, I read scripts.
Different versions.
I think it was Mark Prusevich wrote a script called Grayskull that I thought was really great years ago. This movie will live or die on the tone in which it's presented.
100%.
And the tone of this film is difficult because I think a lot of people wouldn't take it seriously enough, and it has to be both serious and totally fanciful. It has to have both of these things. Hard to do. Travis Knight is one of the great directors working in Hollywood now that can nail that tone. And I interviewed him, I told you before Bumblebee came out, before he even started, I interviewed him briefly for a Hasbro licensing thing. And they were announcing the licensing for Bumblebee or whatever. And so I hung out with him while we were setting up the lights and had a long conversation with him. Very impressive guy. And he was telling me how he was going to approach the Transformers franchise and how he grew up with it and how much it meant to him. But I was like, well, and when I saw Bumblebee, I'm like, that dude nailed it.
He did it. He totally did it.
Everything he told me. So when I heard he came on to direct this movie, I'm like, okay. But then they made another choice, and I'm sure Travis Knight made this choice that sold me on the whole thing. And that was hiring production designer Guy Hendricks Dias, or just Guy Dias. Guy Dias, I met him briefly, but I didn't really know him on the set of X2. And then he was the production designer on Inception. He was the production designer on Michael Mann's Black Hat, which, by the way, if you watch the director's cut, it's much better than the theatrically released version. He was a production designer on Passengers, Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt.
Yep.
But I like that movie. The production design's insane.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the movie, but the production design is insane.
And the thing what Guy Dias does is he brings the right tone to things. Oh, and by the way, I spent a year with him in Australia on Superman Returns, and if you look at the sets, the Art Deco sets in that film, every single set was absolutely stunning. And to walk around on them, he's the right guy because that dude would work with Travis Knight to create Eternia the way it should be seen. And all of we saw what the costumes look like.
Yeah, some of the sets and
the set design and everything. So I believe between the two of those people, they're going to bring us the world the way it should. I'm willing to go out on a limb. I bet it's the greatest He-Man thing ever made.
Oh, I don't think that's on a limb. I mean,
I don't think
I mean,
there's
it's
a high bar
There's not
for
a
that,
high-
to
yeah,
be
the
honest.
track
Yeah.
record is-
because the show has always, at first, it was designed to sell toys.
yeah.
Yes.
But this is going to be the first time it's going to be moved out of that realm, and we're going to get a legitimately great classic fantasy film that will be talked about. It'll be in the higher upper echelons of movies like this. And I can't believe I'm even saying this about a Masters of the Universe movie. But after that presentation at CinemaCon, I'm like, man, I am so in on this. And I heard a few things afterwards. Like, to be fair, I contacted certain people. I'm like, okay, man, is Battle Cat in this movie or what?
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Battle
I know.
Cat's in the movie.
I know,
Oh, yes.
but we didn't know that when we saw the, and that's all. I'm like, give me some Battle Cat, and I found out about a lot of other things, favorite things of mine that just from the He-Man universe that are also in this movie, and I'm like, hell yeah! I never thought I'd be as excited about this movie. Doesn't this come out next year too?
Yeah, June.
In
Oh, well, we
June.
pause it. June.
We're like 6-7 months away from it coming
Jeez,
out.
man, we are getting some crunchy goodness. We're going to be eating well in 2026.
And by the way, we may not be all that far from a trailer dropping.
no,
I-
we have to be close.
I've read some reports of some early cuts of the trailer. We are starting to get into that zone, that 6 to 5 months out from a movie zone where a first trailer may drop. We could be very close to a first
for
trailer
the holidays,
dropping.
I bet there'll absolutely be a trailer in front of Avatar.
I don't know if in front of
Same
Avatar,
audience.
but I absolutely do believe by the holidays we will. Let me put it this way. I 100% believe we're going to get a trailer before the end of the year, and we're
Thanks,
getting very close to the end of the year.
I mean, if you
I
think
think it
about
drops
it,
this month.
and this is also Amazon, this is Amazon MGM. This is the Amazon Studios year. 2026, as we saw, they had the most interesting presentation at CinemaCon. They have Project Hail Mary coming out in March. They have Crime 101 with Chris Hemsworth based on the Don Winslow novella coming out. They've got this coming out. They have a couple other movies. There's that one movie that I forget the name of it has a predominantly black cast that looked fantastic.
Oh,
it's got a strange...
God is in the title.
Yeah, yeah.
Something God.
Yeah,
And I can't remember. Yeah,
that
but I remember
movie
that.
looked
Yeah.
great,
It
and I think
did.
it's based on a play. I mean, I can't wait to see what Amazon delivers. I can't wait for next year.
By the way, somebody just mentioned something in the live chat that I totally forgot about, but that big growing Brazilian Comic-Con thing, CCXP,
CXP, yeah.
apparently is coming in early December.
Oh,
That would be as good of a place as
Yeah,
any
yeah.
to drop it.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
we should go to Brazil.
Dude, I've always wanted
don't
to go to
think you-
Brazil.
There's
What?
no universe where you say maybe we should go to Brazil to rob, and he
doesn't
doesn't say
say
no.
yes.
yeah,
Maybe we should go
Look,
to
man, I got my passport's all up to date. I got my real ID. I got my new passport.
We don't even have to fly. We can just hop in Colossus.
just drive
it's all
it.
landlocked.
Dude,
Let's drive
that-
down to Brazil.
drive over
That
the
would be-
Panama Canal.
That would be awesome.
Take a road trip to Brazil.
I would totally do that. It's like, that the Polish girl she drove from the tip of Argentina all the way to Alaska. She's a YouTuber.
oh,
What's her name?
that's like long way
No, I
down
never
with
followed that.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, totally.
I wonder.
Eva. I forget her name.
I wonder how
love her.
long it would take to drive from Southern California to Brazil. Can't be all that much more than driving to Toronto.
Yeah, but you got to
Or
think about
Florida.
What's that?
You got to take into a factor road conditions as you go further south.
Yeah, isn't there like that
That's-
60
that slows
mile,
you down.
You have to go through like there's a horrible, like really difficult place to get.
I got to imagine
The
there's got to
end
be
of-
some legitimate modern road that takes you to Brazil. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll find
I
out.
mean, dude,
There's
let's
just
go.
no possible way to get there. I'm sorry, John.
You just can't do it. No one's ever been there.
How
Anyway,
awesome
guys.
would that be?
It would be pretty fun.
Now-
Listen, I've always, ever
Why'd
since
you have
I've
to bring
seen,
it up, John? Why'd you have to put that
ever
thought in my
since
head?
I've seen, like starting about 3 years ago, starting to see all the stuff at this Brazilian Comic-Con that just looks wild. I've always kind of thought maybe it'd be fun to go to it. But anyway.
You know what's in Brazil?
Load up on caipirinhas.
Brazilian girls.
Oh, God, dude.
And caipirinhas, little drinky drink.
I've wanted to go to Brazil since I saw Moonraker.
I've wanted to go to Brazil ever since Hoist Gracie introduced the world to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Hmm.
I want to go see that's the thing. I want to go to Brazil and see the Jiu-Jitsu places. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Granted, keep in mind, we are only talking about 3 people. They might end up being the only 3 people on the planet that like it. But I've only heard from 3 people, and every single one of them have all said this movie's really good. No one's saying it's the greatest film of all time or it's going to win an Oscar, but they're all saying, surprisingly, it's really quite good. where are your expectations like right now? I won't blame you at all if they're pretty low. Mine have been low. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.